I'm Connor Cyrus, and these are the highlights from the Lieutenant Governor's debate between Republican Joe Benning and Democrat David Zuckerman. They disagree on the state's role in curbing greenhouse gas emissions and on renewable energy.
One of the best carbon dioxide mitigating things to do is to grow cover crops and do what's called carbon sequestration. On my own farm, we grow many acres of cover crops before and after the other crops we're growing. I think the state can do more to work with farmers, and actually farmers have made a lot of progress on growing more cover crops, not only to hold soil in place to reduce runoff, but also to sequester carbon and build organic matter in their soil.
I've always contended that that issue is a federal government conversation. Our transportation fleet, our home heating oils, are all critical to every Vermonter. Whatever they pay on each day they pull up to the pump or they have somebody come and fill the tank, that is a conversation that we just cannot have at the state level.
Do you support wind turbines on Vermont's ridgelines? David Zuckerman.
I do, not everywhere, as has been projected by others, but where appropriate, I do believe we need to take every chance we can to mitigate the climate crisis.
Senator Benning.
No, sir. I've been an advocate against them because they are the wrong tool for addressing climate change for a state like Vermont.
What are the main causes of Vermont's housing shortage, and how would you address them?
I stood with many advocates to add a rooms tax to our lodging rental rates, maybe $1 or $2 per room per night. We also have the highest percentage of second homes owned in this country at 17%. I would look at why those homes are paying lower property taxes than most homeowners in Vermont, and whether or not there's a way to break that into a separate sector, maybe increase their taxes to at least match ours, and put that money towards affordable housing.
We have just set aside a substantial chunk of money. It has been $90 million from the ARPA funding, and have set that aside for the specific purpose of actually getting homes built. The problem that we have currently is that we don't have laborers with contractors who are ready to swing a hammer and bang a nail. That has been problematic throughout this conversation. We are lacking the people that are filling those jobs. But we've set aside this sum of money, and I think this is an interesting difference between David and myself. As I hear him speaking, it sounds as if he wants to create another level of bureaucracy and a tax revenue stream that is in existence in perpetuity.
I just want to be clear, there's no need for a new bureaucracy. We have Vermont Housing and Conservation Board that already does a ton of the work in distributing resources for land conservation and affordable housing. And the tax I talked about was almost exclusively on out-of-state individuals.
They also clashed on whether state government should pay for programs like childcare, healthcare, and housing.
David, throughout our debates, you have been advancing the cause of universal health care, which Peter Shumlin failed at, affordable and available childcare, affordable and available housing, and an unnamed cure or solution to climate change. Taken collectively, have you ever actually analyzed what the startup costs for those programs would be collectively?
You have to remember that with healthcare, Vermonters are already paying out the nose for the healthcare they're getting. We pay more than any country in the world for our healthcare. We can save money and do it better. Childcare is a big conversation. It is a huge cost. At the same time, not having people in the workforce is a huge cost. And that evidence has been worked on by many advocates, and I hope they move that bill this year.
So I take it the answer then to my question is no, you have never done an actual startup cost analysis.
Actually, some of that work has been done, and often it's dated. Additionally, I believe with expanding childcare, it is to the tune of about $180 to $200 million to truly make a universal childcare sort of situation. But again, the payback on that will also be tremendous for Vermont and our workforce and our productivity across the state.
How will you vote on Article 22, the Reproductive Liberty Amendment?
I'll be voting yes enthusiastically. I've been helping put up signs across the state, helping inform people about some of the issues that folks are hearing that are incorrect.
We share the same position on Article 22, and I have taken that position much to the cost of some of my own political capital. I believe this is a replacement for Roe v. Wade.
That is time.